making your way into that position of comfort if you're not there already. And whenever you arrive in that position, you can allow your eyes to softly close at any point whenever they want to, whenever you feel safe to do so. And you can take a nice big cleansing breath wherever you are. Inhaling through the nose slowly and deeply. And maybe even pausing for a moment with that breath inside of you and just feeling how large your body can get full of air. And then gradually exhaling as you need to, slowly letting all of that air go. And maybe even pushing more air out of you even once you think you're empty, to fully empty the body. And then pausing for a moment at the bottom of that exhale. And just feeling, just noticing what it's like to be empty. Letting your next inhale come naturally. And you can continue to breathe like that with those exaggerated inhales and exhales and slight pauses on either side, if that feels good for you. You can even just exaggerate the exhales if you want to ground down a little deeper, if you need to maybe release a little bit more as we begin. And then at any point you can just release the control over your breath. And you can feel yourself stepping back and slightly up to that role of the observer in your body. To that state of mind you can enter where you are watching the breath, you're watching the body breathe without control. And some days this is a very simple thing to do, and other days it can feel nearly impossible to observe without controlling. So just trust that it is okay wherever you're at today. If you find that your mind is rather busy and chatty this morning, you can notice that. This practice is not about erasing all thoughts. This practice is just about taking inventory and noticing whatever is there. And sometimes if your mind is super busy, it can be helpful to just have a journal nearby or a piece of paper. You can just jot some things down that you might want to return to later, just so that you can focus on other things right now. And oftentimes, busyness in the mind is linked to areas of tension or fidgeting within the body. So instead of telling our mind to stop thinking about a certain thing, it can just be a lot simpler to bring attention into the body and consciously relax the muscles and consciously find more stillness. And the mind can naturally follow suit. So you can start by softening all the muscles across your forehead, softening the eyebrows, you can soften the eyelids so that they are just resting over the eyeballs, not pulling tight. You can release any tension in the jaw. Relaxing the tongue, relaxing the lips, the insides of the lips, and the outsides. And as you allow the jaw to hang even heavier, you can feel the muscles in your cheeks soften as well, and your ears, and your hairline, and your scalp. And just feel a sense of stillness and softness spreading down and across your face. So that you feel the muscles of the face almost like they're hanging off of the bones. A little bit of separation in between the bones and the muscles. This ungripping, releasing any expression. And just letting your body rest into its natural state. You can soften the shoulders away from the ears so that you feel some more length at the sides and the back of your neck. And whether you are laying or sitting, you can feel your heart coming forward. Feel your heart coming to the front of your body, so that proud expansion across your collarbones. Maybe breathing a little bit deeper into the lungs. You can soften all the muscles in your arms, softening all the muscles in your hands, unclenching the fingers. And just letting the heaviness of the arms and the hands root down your shoulders a bit deeper. And letting the back of your neck stay long. And letting your stomach be soft. And letting the muscles across your back be soft, but still slightly firm if you're sitting upright, still supporting you, but surrendering into that position. And if you're laying down, just letting your body melt into the mat, into the floor or the bed, surrendering all the muscles of your body into the floor. Surrendering any holding in your hips, any holding in your pelvic region, in your glutes. Softening the muscles in your legs and your feet as well. So start to pay attention to the center line of your body, the space from your tailbone through the very crown of your head. If someone were to draw a line down the center of your body, where would that be? And tracing that with your awareness. Up and down your spinal cord. And as you breathe in, you can scan the center line of your body going down. And as you breathe out, scanning it going up, or vice versa, if that makes more sense to your mind. So feeling how each breath is now sort of kissing each of your chakras, just bringing a first little touch of awareness to each of your energy centers located down that center line of your body. And feeling yourself grounding down and lifting up at the same time. The chakras move from our physical world into our spiritual world. So just feeling that first general awareness of being connected to the earth that is beneath you, and at the same time being connected to the heavens that are above you. The chakras are our keys. They're our little doorways into our infinite selves. Ourselves that have lived before and will continue to live past this physical world, past this physical body, and will carry us into whatever stages come next, whatever stages have come previously. Just taking a moment to appreciate the everlasting nature of yourself, of these energy centers in your body. And you can guide all of your awareness to come down into your roots, into the base of your spine, a space in between the sit bones and the perennial floor. And just letting your awareness gradually come fully here. So as you notice awareness being anywhere else, just gently calling it all to your root. And taking your first moments resting here to simply observe what you feel before trying to call on any sensations or affirm what you'd like to feel here. Take a moment to just feel what it is that is here already. There might be tightness and resistance. There might be softness and acceptance. Whatever you are feeling, trust that it is perfectly okay that you are feeling that. And as you give yourself that grace, that patience, that whatever you're feeling is okay, you can feel the muscles in your glutes begin to release a little deeper. You can feel the pelvic floor and this whole region of your body just begin to melt a little bit more under that grace, under that acceptance of whatever is there. And this is our home of connection to the earth. It's our home of safety, feelings of being secure, being grounded, our survival. And when this is out of balance, sometimes we can feel insecurity. And sometimes we can feel irritable or material obsessions, or like we can never have enough. So trust that these emotions are just invitations to check in, to question what your urges are, and you have the decision whether you really do need more things. And by taking some time to just check in, you can remind yourself that you always have everything that you need. You always have exactly what you need to live, to thrive, to be. And trust that you are completely safe if you have the ability to hear these words, if you have the ability to take the time to sit and listen. You are extremely safe. And just reminding yourself of that reality. Even if there are little things in your life that make you feel insecure, trust that the root of who you are is secure, is safe. Maybe noticing any colors or pulsing sensations that you feel here. It's often associated with a deep reddish color, but leave space for whatever colors it is that you see. And then you can begin to call some awareness up the body slightly, moving into our sacral space. This is in our lower belly, a few inches beneath your navel, wrapping around to your sacrum, and just noticing what it is that you see, what it is that you feel in this space. And letting those feelings of safety and security from your root continue to be there, and maybe even radiate up into your sacral space so that you feel a bit more safety to feel whatever comes up here. And throughout every energy center that we go through today, allow any natural releases to come. If your body needs to cry or laugh or do anything, make any noises, let your body do that. Our sacral space it's really our goddess energy. Everyone has, no matter what gender you identify as. We all have this goddess energy that is patient, that is creative, is kind, is pleasurable. Can be our home of abundance. Or when out of balance, our feelings of scarcity, our feelings of lack of creativity. Our feelings of maybe not being worthy. When this area is out of balance, we can feel those things. So again, just trusting even the negative emotions that might come up are your friend too. They are there to tell you something, maybe something that needs a slight adjustment in your life, or maybe some things that need some more attention or nurture. We all have creativity within us. It's not something that, oh, some people are creative, I'm not one of those people. We are all equally creative. It's just how much do we nurture that creativity? How much do we practice being creative? And that is what sets people apart in creative worlds. So if those feelings come up at all, just trust that you can nurture your creativity whenever you feel like it. There was no time wasted. You're always right on schedule. You can change paths at any point you choose. You have that power. And you can affirm and stay on your path whenever you choose to as well. And the color associated here is usually orange, but as always, just leave space for whatever colors make their way into your internal vision. Maybe feeling a slight pulsing sensation, and maybe even seeing what this chakra could look like in your body. Chakra means wheel, so these are spiraling or turning energy centers. Maybe seeing something like that in yourself. Sometimes the wheels can stop turning if there are some blocks. So just by welcoming these sensations, by checking in, by having some patience, maybe these wheels can begin to turn and allow the energy to flow. So you can feel the energy, the safety from your roots, that creativity from your sacral, flowing freely up the body and now coming into the solar plexus. And slightly above the navel, this energy center within your stomach. Noticing what you feel here, maybe that heartbeat in your belly. Maybe feeling the breath able to travel into the belly and soften this area a little bit more. This is our home of confidence, our home of self-worth. When out of balance, our home of perfectionism, criticism, especially in regards to yourself. And of course, this can be affected by our diet. This can be affected by our self-talk. So just taking inventory of how your solar plexus is feeling. And again, noticing if judgments come up, noticing if opinions or those should feelings are popping up. If you think you should be feeling differently than how you are feeling. And just remind yourself, you are feeling exactly how you're meant to be, even if that is not so great. We need to feel those not so great feelings fully in order to move on, in order to not have them linger in the background. So trust that it is completely natural and human to feel a lack of confidence, to feel not worthy all the time, or to have those feelings of perfectionism. But trust that underneath all of that, at the very core of who you are, you know that you are worthy. You know that you are perfect already. You have a deep confidence for yourself and your feelings. And it's there. And sometimes it is more difficult to see than other times. That's all. And the color often associated here is yellow. Letting yourself see what it is that you see. And letting the safety, letting the creativity, and now the confidence flow freely through your bottom 3 chakras. These are our more worldly chakras. They are our physical realm. So as we continue to move up, we'll move into the heart next. This is our transition, where the physical meets the spiritual, where the earth meets the heavens, our connection to all realms in your heart center. So allowing all of those positive and deepest sensations, the core sensations of your bottom 3 chakras, to spread up into your heart and give your heart that safety, that worthiness, that confidence to feel what exists here. And just trusting that at the core of your heart is nothing but love, nothing but pure light. So feeling that unique rhythm of the love that is in you, of the love that you are. This is our home of compassion, gratitude, or a lack thereof. And just feel how at your core you are a compassionate and grateful being. Feeling a sense of compassion for every struggle you have gone through, are currently going through, or will go through in the future. And at the same time, feeling grateful for all of those things. Trusting that even when negative, dark things happen, there are positives to take away. There are always lessons to be learned. There is always wisdom to be given and to be shared. And that your story is important, even if the most positive thing you can take from dark periods in your life or experience is just the story of that dark experience. And speaking that story is what helps others going through the same thing, and resonating with others on a dark level that can feel so lonely when you're there. So when you're not there, reminding yourself that you were there and you got out of it, and you will continue to do so throughout your entire life, and that others have that power as well. An encouragement from your personal heart story is always valuable to someone out there. The color associated here is green, but it could also be pink or anything else that you see. And on that note, letting the love and compassion and gratitude from your heart move up into your throat, our communication center, where when connected clearly to the rest of our energy centers, we speak nothing but truth, love, gratitude, compassion, patience, confidence, creativity, safety. deepest truths. Our throat center is our home of honesty, honest communications and truthfulness. Also our home of listening and being heard. Just trusting that at your core, you are always honest with yourself, even if it's just in that tiny, small voice in your head in certain situations that maybe you don't even hear anymore. Maybe you've ignored for so long that it's almost gone. But it is still there. It will never go away. That still small voice within you. That is you. That is who you are. And that voice is patient with you. No matter how many times you ignore it, you always have the option to listen. Listen to what it is that your heart is telling you. Listen to what it is that your solar plexus, your sacral, and your root chakras are telling you about yourself and your environment. And listen to others and what it is that they are really telling you. But we have to start within ourselves. So feeling that clear connection between your root, your sacral, solar plexus, heart, and now throat chakras. Maybe seeing red, orange, yellow, green, and blue in the throat. But leaving space for any colors that you see. And this brings us into our third eye center. Letting all of that energy continue to flow up into the space between the eyebrows. This is our intuition center. Our third eye that truly sees everything. It sees all the truths about ourselves, the ugly truths as well. It sees all the truths about the world. But sometimes it can get a little bit cloudy. Sometimes we can question what our intuition is. And that bringing that lack of trust into our gut and who we are. But by taking the time to check in and inquire within and asking yourself those hard questions of what it is that you truly feel, what are your real feelings about this certain situation, and then trusting your findings, that is what grows your intuition. By inquiring within, listening, acting accordingly, and repeat process. That is the only way, I believe, to grow your intuition, by practice. And being kind and patient with yourself when and if you get that wrong. Trusting that you always have the power to see yourself clearly. You always have the power to be brutally honest with yourself and what your intentions are. And then change those if they don't align with your true purpose here. But Instead of thinking all the time about opening your third eye, as a lot of people talk about these days, you can think maybe a little more about closing your third eye so you can turn that gaze inside of you, closing all of your eyes to turn the gaze inside of you. Because there is no use in seeing other people clearly or thinking that you can see the world clearly if you don't first see yourself clearly. Because everything that we see around us is purely a reflection of what is inside us. So by taking the time to clarify your intentions, reconnect with your deepest, truest self and purpose, and then opening those eyes to the world, that is the only way to truly see what is going on. And being kind and patient with yourself if you get something wrong, or if new information presents itself and your ideas change. You can trust that you always make the best decision with the information that you have at the time that you had to make the decision. So there's no use being hard on yourself if you make wrong decisions in life, because you're always doing your best. Even if you're consciously making wrong decisions to test the waters, you're exploring, and that is perfectly fine. And the color here is a deep indigo, a deep blue purple color. But as always, see what it is that you see. And finally, we will open up to our crown chakra, the very tip of your head. The energy center that connects us to source, connects us to spirit. When our crown is open, we feel that clear intuition, the clear messages, the clear path is laid out in front of us. And sometimes it's not so clear, but sometimes that's part of it too. So feeling the crown of your head, welcoming in messages from spirit, welcoming in a sense of connection to an everlasting force, to whoever it is that created you, whatever it is that created you, whatever it is that you believe. Just remind yourself of the miracle you are, the miracle it is that you are here. Out of all of the different things that could have gone wrong up to this point, they didn't go wrong. And they got you to this exact moment, to these exact feelings. Just remind yourself how everything is always on schedule. Everything is exactly as it needs to be, even when it doesn't feel like it. And the color often associated here is white. I've also heard violet. I've heard silver violet. So whatever it is that you see. But start to feel that connection between all of your energy centers now. The crown, the third eye, the throat, the heart, solar plexus, sacral, and root. Feel how all these energy centers work together as one. And that one is you. It's your body. You are connected on all realms. You are connected to this earth. You are connected to spirit. You are connected to yourself and to the infinite love that is around you. Every person, animal, thing, plants that you have ever loved is with you at all times. You are always supported. You are always worthy. You are always confident in yourself. You are always loving and compassionate, always honest, always intuitive and connected. Even when you don't feel like it, you are these things. So just being patient in those moments where you don't feel like it. And trust that you will feel like it sooner or later. Just feeling all of these centers within you. Feeling how they radiate outward and inward. And then allow these to seal into place. Seeing all of the lights, the natural lights from these centers solidify in your body. Feeling all of these affirmations and positive, deep feelings within you, staying within your cells, staying within your subconscious, so that you can trust that throughout the rest of your days and your nights, you will be reminded of these truths through feelings, through music, through conversation, through words, reading. And those are just little reminders to align back with yourself, to come back to this space where your truest self resides and is always patient and waiting for you. If it feels natural for you to do so, you can gently bring your hands to a prayer position at heart center, with your palms and fingers making contact, making that circle around your heart, feeling that connection and feeling that power of your hands, feeling the power of yourself. You can gently bow your head to this highest self of yours, to the energy that created you, allows you to hear, allows you to see, to taste, to smell, to feel, to breathe. To everyone else in this space for their time and energy and dedication to this path. May this practice continue to heal you through the rest of your days and nights, and may you bring some of this love into everything that you do and to everyone that you see. Namaste.